Okay, let's try that. Finally, I have Copilot, access to Copilot. So I have this Word document, and maybe I want to summarize this. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Summarize this doc, you have a summary. You probably have seen that demonstration 1,000 times already, so not big. It's not a big. It's not very complicated to understand what the possibilities are. You can see you have references. That's what I like also in Copilot. You can see you can copy, put a summary up to it, out to your Word document. You can also, I don't know, I'm really unboxing this right now. So maybe I want to say rewrite or visualize a table. That's another thing that can be interesting. So if I type rewrite, I'm not sure if you're going to preserve the images that I put in. But as you can see, it's going to look at all my text that I selected, and we'll see if rewrite is going to work. I've adapted that the images will be re-included. And as you can see also, it takes time. So working with a Copilot is a different workflow to me because you have to wait because it does a lot of things behind the scenes. So you definitely have to wait. So it's something. It's not do something and you have the result right away. You have to wait a little bit, and so you have to be patient in the workflow. It's ask, prompt, wait, prompt, fine tune, wait. So it's not the wait time is very frustrating for a lot of people because we're so used to do have immediate results. That's going to change the way we interact. So let's wait. There's a lot of content in my blog post. So it was a blog post I started initiated in Word. I just want to see what you know. So it's I guess it's rewriting my blog post in a better way, hopefully. Uh, so I might pause the video just because I have to wait. Oh no! So you see, choosing. Okay, it tells me it's finished with it. It says choosing replace will remove some of your original content. That I might not want to do that. Copilot is unable to finish generating high quality content. Please change your selection and click generate. So that's one limitation of Copilot, especially in Word when you have a lot of words. It doesn't scale very well. So I've heard that, now I see it. I'm not going to replace it, but it was just to illustrate the fact that the process, the workflow is different and it takes time. And if you have too many words, it doesn't scale. So maybe I can just do that by chapter. I'm just going to do that in with this chapter. So it might be faster. Okay, change the wording. It's probably better framed. So it's a way to proofread my Word document. So know that when you have images, they won't be, when you say replace, they won't come. So you might want to add it after than just replace. So why I wanted to show you that. So a few features that you have in Copilot, few suggestions, what you can do. That's probably gonna have a lot of videos explaining some use cases. But I just want to see if starting from a post that I want to create, a blog post I want to create on Teams, if I'm copying, so let's grab the URL of this file. Does it really do a good job to convert that into PowerPoint? So actually, I'm going to close this and I have an empty PowerPoint in the same library here. And by the way, as you can see, I can do that directly in Teams without leaving Teams. So I'm going to go there in Copilot for PowerPoint. As you can see, Copilot take some time. I have to click twice here, not sure why. And I can say create a presentation from file, and it finds my latest document that I worked on, so my blog post. But if it doesn't find it, I can paste the URL I've chosen before. So either, as you can see, when when you say create a presentation and from a file, it only shows the three latest file you worked on. So when you want to point to a file that is, an old file, either you open it or and you change it, or you copy the URL and you put URL here. So let's see what goes out of it. And again, I'm gonna have to wait. But again, it might save me time, so it might worth waiting. Or maybe I can do something else while it does it. So I can go in Outlook, for example, and do something else. So this is a demo environment where I have Copilot, and I can ask when I have an email, I have this summary by Copilot that summarized my email. No big deal here. Um, I didn't find where was the Copilot tool here in the menu. I don't see it. Maybe if I expand classic ribbon, I will see Copilot somewhere. I don't see it. So I need to investigate more. My point was just to do my first test about Copilot. So I was in Team, so let's go back in Team. So it's not finished yet. Oh yes, it is. So now I have this slide deck with basically bullet points. It took my images, so it does a good job. But there's too many bullet points, obviously. But it saves some time, creating a slide deck with some images, a layout, some bullet points. It saves me time, definitely, and then I can probably use Designer. That just like it's a suggestion. You can also use Designer to adjust the layout. So he's probably right. So let's do a last test. See, uh, make this deck more colorful. Colorful. You say that? Colorful. See what comes out of it. So I need to test all the prompts because so he doesn't know. I know that there's some prompts where you can act on PowerPoint, like changing the font, uh, make headers green. I think there's some interactions like that where you can act on the tool actually, not just on the text, but on the content, but on using comments. If you don't know how to change a title, all the title in one color, I think there's some ways to find that. But I need to discover those prompts. But that was my first intent. Start from a Word document, proofread the document, make it better, and then ask Copilot to create a PowerPoint deck from that. So that was my first discovery of Copilot for Microsoft 365.